Sunglasses. Coffee and milk go together like John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, the Blues Brothers of the tabletop.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Deadly Premonition. Last time, York took the case over from George after examining the corpse of Anna Graham and finding a red object in her mouth. And then this happened. The hospital went all red and viney. Let's see what George and Emily have to say about this. Except they're gone. And so is Anna's body, it seems. Well, they were just here a moment ago, and that is not how clocks work. Oh hey, it's Anna. She's looking quite lively for a dead girl. So of course we have encountered this sort of thing once before when York first came into Greenvale, and he had to defend himself against a number of mysterious shadows. We haven't seen that since. Perhaps we should go after her. Oh, hold on. Let's try out our new wrench. Shadows aren't as much of a threat now that we have this wrench. As you can see, it's pretty powerful. Only takes 2 hits, so that's much faster than the options we had before, such as the gun and the knife. And here we're introduced to these black splotches that are on the wall that will generate these shadows. Sometimes they might be infinite. Other times, if you kill enough shadows, they'll vanish. Now, let's see how these shadows stand up against darts. It actually is making them flinch. I don't know if that's hurting them, but they are flinching from the darts, and they are bleeding purple blood. I never actually tried using the dart gun against the shadows before. Maybe it's doing a very tiny amount of damage, but that's gonna take too long. Also, with the dart gun, you don't get a laser sight. I suppose if you really wanted a challenge, maybe you could try a dart gun run. I don't know if that's even possible. It's an idea. Not too much in the man room, just one stabilizer. Well, so what happened to everyone in the hospital? George, Emily, the doctor, they're gone. The people that we saw waiting around on our way here, they're gone also. I guess our best bet at this point is just to chase after Anna, who's standing up and running around. Okay, so what we'll do here... We ran out of space in the inventory, so we can move that item directly to the toolbox. So the next time we come across a toolbox, we can take that out. We don't... Hold on. Yes. We don't yet have the gun that can fire those bullets, though. The only gun we have, the standard issue pistol that York came into town with, has infinite bullets. But we will be getting more guns. Not like we even need it at this point, considering how fast the wrench is taking out the shadows. No nowhere to go here. So, yeah, plenty of the doors are sealed shut by red vines. Now, even though we've been using the wrench, you can make a bit more money by using the gun if you want, by getting the headshots. Since you do get headshot bonuses.
Amazing. Amazing.
Really depends on your preference. You can move the stretchers. It doesn't seem to have a use, but you can move them. I actually don't know what happens if you ram them into a shadow. Let's try that. Kind of have to get a running start and just run into it to push it, and that's a miss. Combat becomes a lot better when you have a weapon like the wrench. And, hold on, let's try this again. No, that's another miss. It becomes better, well, not just combat, but also things like breaking apart those crates. Just a lot faster when you have an infinite melee weapon.
Amazing.
If you're concerned about conserving your melee weapons, then you'll probably just try to break the crates open with the gun, and that can take too long. Red glowies. And sounds like a crying sound coming from in here. Look underneath? Sure. Oh, I guess whatever malevolent supernatural force is behind this, it has a sense of humor. So we still haven't determined what these shadows are. But being that we don't actually see any other people, one might wonder if perhaps these are people. Then again, after we were done in the forest at the beginning of the game, it's not like the police started investigating the murder of about 20 people. That's about how many shadows we killed, I think. Didn't seem like anyone had gone missing. Maybe when we get out of here, George and Emily might give us an indication on what's happening here. The first time, York said he did not want to tell Emily what happened. He didn't want to look like a psycho. But, I mean, George and Emily, they're in this building with us. So are they going through the same thing that we are? Well, hopefully we'll be able to ask them. The nurses and their patients are gone from the from this room. What was it called? The exigency ward, something like that. Probably butchered that pronunciation. Oh, hey, it's mission knife. Not like we even need that anymore. And hey, look, more infinite lollipops. And clocks. That's still not how that's not how clocks work. That's still not how clocks work. So we still don't really know what any of all this might have to do with the investigation. You'd think that if this kind of thing had been happening previously, that someone might have mentioned it to York. So far, no one's mentioned anything about zombies. I think that'd be kind of important. Mission knife, just not worth using at this point. The wrench is twice as powerful. So why even bother? So, hold on. What do you suppose we learned from the autopsy scene? Well, York pulled a red something out of Anna's mouth, and yes, don't want to die, we know. And, oh, look at this mess. Well, something or someone was dragged over here. Just kind of ends in the wall. So what do you suppose we learned from the autopsy scene?
Here! Over here!
Who killed you? If she could just tell us, that would save us a lot of work. And she's gonna get the stretcher? No, that's not moving for some reason. Don't know why that stretcher didn't move. No, still not moving. So anyway, getting back to the investigation, York decided that he was going to take it over once he saw the red thing he pulled from Anna's mouth, and revealed that he had little baggies with more of the same things in them. We also saw that at the beginning of the game when he was driving into Greenvale. So apparently he has seen this kind of thing before. Hey, it moved! Why'd it move that time? Still haven't been able to hit anything with that. I doubt it does anything, but I'd like to try. So we know that York has encountered this kind of thing before, but we don't know the details. We don't know where and when. York said that he couldn't answer any questions because the details were top secret. So York knows something about this that we do not, apparently. And I guess George and Emily are not gonna be able to ask him any questions. I would guess that the method of the death of Anna must be consistent with other deaths that have happened before, since York was called up here in the first place. So perhaps the way Anna died fits some kind of pattern. Yeah, there's something back there. Don't suppose we could just reach in? No? No. I'm sure York knows how to operate this piece of equipment that people usually need training and certification to operate. You should have no trouble with this. Just tap away on that keyboard. So, York probably would seem knew from the beginning that it was likely that this murder would end up being part of whatever it is he's been investigating. Decided to keep that under his hat until he could confirm it, though. And this keycard will be, yes, to this reader. I guess we'll just have to see what details might not be top secret that York can reveal. And here's the exit to the hospital. So what might be outside? Well, things have gotten a bit more serious because these shadows have shotguns. So, we're gonna hold our breath. Yeah, remember that little trick that kid taught us? In the red room? Might as well use it for something. As long as we're holding our breath, they can't see us. But we can't hold our breath for very long. That's okay, because they lost track of us.
Yes. Bullseye. Amazing. Bullseye. Great. Next shot.
That's one down, the other two still don't notice us. Yeah, you can't hold your breath for very long at all, unless you use a stabilizer. That's okay, because we don't have too much distance to cover. Let's try that again. Almost there. These shotgun shadows are a bit tougher than the regular ones. These took 4 wrench shots to take down. And they're dropping ammo for another weapon that we don't have. These shotgun shadows can actually kill you pretty quickly. The shotguns do a lot of damage. And that's it. That's all 3. We actually didn't really need to hold our breath. I could have just run right up to them and whacked them with the wrench. But like I said, we might as well use that breath move for something. We learned it and all. Alright, so... entry of the hospital still blocked. But the shotgun shadows are done with. So, what do we have next?
Agent Morgan, if you're so desperate, then why not smoke 2 at once?
Who's that old man?
That's Harry. Harry Stewart. One of the bigger problems around here. His father started up the lumber trade and founded this town. Always dressed like that, never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town. Not that that makes any difference. So long as I'm around, he won't be getting away with any funny business.
Mr. Francis York Morgan. Haste won't lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your footing as we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Nice to meet you, too. How did you know my name?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, stop trying to get in our way. Keep this up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain our town goes mad. To our disdain, unpreventable, so sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
Then we shall depart, Mr. Francis York Morgan.
That's how he always is. Always spouting that nonsense. Don't give it any thought. It's all gibberish.
Emily here. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay, thank you, Thomas. Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
Well, chapter complete, and, George and Emily did not seem to notice that anything was amiss. I guess York wasn't going to bring it up. How can you, really? You can't just come out and ask them if they noticed if the hospital went all dark and viney, and if zombies with shotguns appeared. So, anyway, next time on Deadly Premonition, the investigation continues. Is mysterious capitalism better than the normal kind?